class this morning. I've got lots of pumpkins to work on, and I want to start getting prices going on the pumpkins because the last time I priced the pumpkins was 5 years ago when I started my business, and I'm assuming the prices are gonna be a little bit different now. And with inflation and everything being more expensive now, it's probably time for me to raise my prices a smidge on the pumpkins, so we'll be doing that together in today's vlog. Hey makers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Camryn and I run my own crochet boutique called Camryn's Cute Creations. I sell primarily at craft shows, and here on YouTube I share all sorts of behind the scenes tips and tricks, industry secrets, all the things that you need to know as a fellow crochet business owner to make more money selling at craft shows. So today we're doing a really fun behind the scenes vlog, hangout, and we are prepping for fall, which I'm so excited about. I mean, it's August, but it's technically fall in my head, so we're gonna cozy up and work on pumpkins together today. But first thing is first, sometimes when I'm feeling a little not so motivated, you know, unmotivated, I like to start my day with a workout. So I'm gonna get my day started with a spin class because those always make me so energetic and so motivated and so excited to start my day. So we're gonna start with that, come back and work on some pumpkins together. Oh, and be sure to wait until the end of today's vlog because I'm going to be sharing exactly what I'm going to be selling the mini smaller pumpkins for, not the really teeny tiny ones, but like the small ones. You'll see in the vlog. But if you want to sell pumpkins, this might help you as well come up with prices. And I'm also going to be sharing some more behind the scenes of coming up with my prices, which I know can be so hard as a handmade business owner. So be sure to wait to the end to catch all of that. But let's just get started by going and working out. Let's do it. Oh my goodness. That was a really good workout. It's like a good exhausted. Feel like I'm gonna feel really good here in a few minutes. I like still can't catch my breath though. Oh my goodness, that was good. I think I'm gonna run by Trader Joe's on my way home. Gotta pick up some groceries and then I will meet you back at home. I'm excited to clean up, probably take a shower and get in my cozies and crochet with you. I don't know why I'm pointing with my charger, but I'm excited to see you back at home and get some crocheting done. Let's do it. From spin and stop by the grocery store as well to grab some groceries. These are really big bananas. Anyways, I wanted to chat about overwhelm with doing market prep things because I don't know about you, but this time of the year, right before fall, I know that I've joked about it being fall already, even though it's August, but really, fall is sneaking up on us so quickly, and then it's the holidays, and then it's this, and then it's that, and it's like, as small business owners, there's a lot going on. There's a lot. Whoa, oh my gosh. Yeah, there's just a lot. There's just a lot going on right now. And just a lot of stress, I feel like, as handmade business owners as well. And I just want to share that, yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm a little stressed. I'm right there with you. But we have to just... I'm gonna start pointing with my beef sticks here. We have to give ourselves grace. We do. We have to. It's hard. It's one of the hardest things for me right now is to not do it all. And it's okay to not do it all perfectly all the time. And little bits help. Little bits of progress is so much more important than not doing anything at all. It's important to take steps even when they're not perfect, even when it's scary and it feels like it's not gonna be worth it or I'm not sure. It's just always best to take action and do it anyways. Do it scared. I love that saying. Do it anyways, do it scared, and you will have results, you know? You'll have more results than the person who didn't do anything. So I think that's kind of my little motivational message for you before we dive into doing some crocheting and working on things. Something that's really helped me with overwhelm and anxiety with so much prepping going on is definitely making lists, which we made one today, so that's good. But also just breaking tasks up into smaller bits feels way more manageable. So instead of prep for my entire season, let's see what we can do today. Let's make some pumpkins. Let's price a pumpkin. You know, I'm not even pricing all of my pumpkins. Let's price a single pumpkin and just get started and get some progress going. And sometimes it's just taking those first couple steps and getting a little bit of progress going that gets us on the right track to seeing crazy results. So there's my little motivational talk for you. After I do spin, I always feel so motivated and inspired. I love the instructors there, and it's always good just to move my body a little bit, get out of my own house. I work from home so much, so it's nice to get out and socialize a little bit. And now I'm feeling good to get started, get going. So I'm gonna go take my shower, get all cleaned up, then I'm gonna cozy up and hang out with you in the craft room. We're gonna make some pumpkins together. And this was just your little reminder to write out a list, take some of those first steps, and if you need to break down some of those things in your list into smaller steps, I do that all the time and it helps so much. There's something about checking something off a list and, you know, crossing it off your planner that feels so good. It's like so satisfying. It's more satisfying sometimes to check it off than doing the task itself sometimes. It's not just me. Anyways, let's get all cozy and start making some pumpkins. Officially all cozied up in the craft room. I am wearing fall colors, although it is a tank top. It is still really hot outside here, so we are just kind of getting in the fall spirit while wearing fall colors. I am wearing sweatpants though, because I mean, that's just like the coziest crochet outfit right there, tank top or a hoodie with sweatpants. And I feel like we're close enough friends now that I can be cozy on these vlogs. But anyways, got my flowers from Trader Joe's out and they smell so good. I've never had flowers out in the craft room before, but I think I'm gonna start keeping fresh flowers in here sometimes just because it kind of makes it smell better in here. This room is right by our kitchen, and whenever I cook, it smells like whatever I cooked in here for a full day after. I'm always having to open the window. Anyways, that is just kind of a random fact about this room. I don't want it stinking up my yarn, but I'm sitting down and I'm about to start working on some pumpkins and chit-chatting with you about some pumpkin stuff. But before I do that, I wanted to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Skillshare. If you've been subscribed for a while, you already know how big of a fan I am of Skillshare. It is my go-to place to learn anything new. I'm not kidding you. Peyton and I wanted to learn how to cook the other day and we were looking up online classes. I came up with the idea, let's go to Skillshare and see what classes they have on cooking. And now we have a little setup where we snuggle up on the couch, put on our cooking Skillshare classes together and learn more about cooking together. It's just kind of a hobby that Peyton and I are wanting to get into. Oh, and the other thing that I've been using Skillshare for recently is scrapbooking. My friends and I were absolutely obsessed with scrapbooking. It's not even funny. We text about it pretty much every day. And the other day I actually hosted my friends over here at our place and we had a little scrapbooking party. They were so impressed with what I knew about scrapbooking, all the materials that I had accumulated, and all of my knowledge on scrapbooking, because because honestly, I didn't really know much before I took this class on Skillshare, and now I feel like a scrapbooking pro. The class is called Turning Memories into Artwork, a beginner's guide to scrapbooking, and I've just learned so much in it. I just wanted to share what Skillshare is in case you don't know. Skillshare is the ultimate online learning community for creatives like us. They offer thousands of classes, all led by industry professionals across various fields. You've got film, illustration, design, freelancing, productivity, and more. Like I said, it's my go-to place to learn any new skill now. So if you're interested in picking up a new hobby, learning a new skill, or just wanting to up-level your business, then I highly recommend checking out Skillshare. And the best part is the first 500 people to use my link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can get started for free and join me in this amazing community of Skillshare and all the amazing classes that they have to offer. I cannot wait to hear about the classes that you take, and thank you so much for Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Sponsors like this help me make more YouTube videos like this for you, so I really appreciate you supporting our sponsors, and Skillshare has just been such a joy to work with, and like I said, I am a true fan of them. But anyways, let's get back to making some pumpkins. As I'm working on these pumpkins, I thought it would be fun to chit chat about the events that I have coming up, what I'm planning on making for them, kind of where I'm at with all of that, just because it just feels like so much. I know you relate. When you do craft shows, they can be so much fun. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I just dropped my tapestry needle. Ugh. There it is. Got it. Whoa. Anyways, what I was saying is a little update on just where I'm at. I know you relate to how crazy hectic it can be this time of year. I guess not this time of year, but we're coming up on that busy season as small business owners, the holidays. It's awesome for us, don't get me wrong. It's great having all that traction, all those events and all those sales, but it can be a hectic time of the year, and it's definitely my on season. It's my busy season for craft shows, so you bet I am gearing up. I've got a lot planned to make, and so I thought I would go over some of those things. I've been getting questions over on Instagram. By the way, if we're not friends on Instagram yet, we should definitely be friends over there. I do something called Q&A Tuesday on my stories, and I answer your questions, and I also go live every Wednesday for Weave in Wednesday. That's what we call it. We hang out live together. I answer more questions, and we work on our businesses together. So I feel like you would have a lot of fun over on the Instagram page if you're not over there already. But I've been getting questions on if I'm switching up my inventory at all this year, and I feel pretty boring that I'm not. I'm keeping pretty much everything the same. I will say some of the things that I sold last year that just kept selling out, I'm gonna be sure to prep way more of those this year, but I try not to have too many things in my inventory. I have my staple products, and then I play around with some other seasonal products, like pumpkins being a seasonal product for sure, and some other things. But yeah, I try not to overwhelm, honestly, myself with prepping too many items, but also just my customers as they're shopping at my booth as well. I don't want to completely overwhelm them with just a million things. It works well for some makers, don't get me wrong. I've seen it work really well, but for me, I try to keep it pretty streamlined and pretty basic. Like kind of a lot of the same things, but I've been doing this for over 5 years now, which is so crazy to think. That's just wild. But I've been doing it for so long that I feel like I know what sells at these shows, especially at this venue. I do this venue every single year, and it's just crazy busy. My fall stuff does amazing, and I know what I need to prep. Now I just need to prep it. So I won't be adding anything new, but I will be making way more of one item that I just could not keep in stock last year, and that is the little ghosts. And this pattern is a free one on Crochet with Bay's Instagram page. I will link it down below. You may have to scroll down a while on her page to find it, but you can also purchase it. I think I actually just purchased it from her. It was $1 on her, it's just like a little PDF, $1 on her website. So that's an option as well, but it's really, really cute and it whips up so quickly. I made some just to test them out last year. I try to do that. I don't make a ton of something when I'm just trying to test it out and see if it sells. They all sold. Made a few more, they all sold. And it got to the point where, okay, if I make these, they are going to sell. So this year I'm planning on prepping some ahead of time and not just doing it week to week. because like I said, that time of the year just gets so crazy busy, you know, and in this year it's gonna be even crazier because my brother is getting married. By the way, I only have one sibling, so this is a big deal for me, okay? Like, I already had my wedding. That was obviously the most important wedding of my life, but this is probably the second most important wedding of my life because it's my brother, my older brother. He's getting married to the sweetest girl and I love her so much. So, you know, I'm helping plan the wedding party. What is it called? The bridal shower, but we're doing a wedding shower. It's gonna be boys and girls. That is in a couple weeks actually, and I'm helping with the bachelorette party, and then of course I'm a bridesmaid. Peyton is a groomsman, so we're really excited. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, it is just a hectic time of year, right? So that being said, I'm trying to do as much prep as I possibly can beforehand so I'm not frantically trying to plan parties and crochet a bunch of stuff in between my shows. I'm hoping to get a lot of it done beforehand, but luckily I have a ton of bins, like the one I'm working through now, of halfway made things that I just need to finish. So I appreciate you hanging out with me, motivating me to get these done. By the way, I love these multicolored ones. I started doing these just with scrap yarn and they turned out so cute. So anyways, I've got quite a few pumpkins and I'm just gonna start working on some over here, and then I need to time myself making one as well for pricing because we're going to go through and price a pumpkin. What size are they? Where to go? This size, I believe. No, the small, you know, the bauble pumpkin. By the way, I have pumpkin patterns, so if you want to check out any of these or any of the ones I use, I will link those down below for you. My pumpkin patterns, I have 2 of them and they're both free, but the bauble pumpkins, this is one of my pumpkins. There's 3 sizes. There's a small, medium, and large, and I want to time myself making the small because I'm going to be pricing the small with you today as well. So we gotta do that. We gotta just get through some of these pumpkins as well, just trying to get some progress done on my inventory, and then we will price them and see how much I'm gonna charge for them. Another question I get all the time is how much do I charge for my pumpkins? And if I'm being honest, I literally do not remember how much I was charging for them last year because it's been a year and I don't remember information like that. I was telling Peyton the other day, my brain does not remember information very well. Like, I have to go remind myself, and I don't know where I wrote that down. I'm sure it's written down somewhere. It might even be in my square, but I'm gonna redo my prices anyways than what I had them at last year, just because I have rarely upped my prices on my pumpkins and I've been selling them for years. And as you know, things are expensive, things are getting way more expensive, materials are getting expensive, and I just want to make sure that I'm still making good money for my time and also being able to give my customers a fair price as well. So that's why we will be pricing one of them today. Just check it out and see if I'm in the right ballpark. I'm guessing for the small, maybe $14, $12 or $14, but we will see once we plug everything into the pricing calculator. I will show you that here in a bit, but yeah, so I will share how much I am charging for the small. The mini velvet ones, I usually charge $5 for those. And then the mediums, they were something like $18, and then the large was maybe $32. That could be wrong, but that is just off the top of my head about what I was charging for them. So I will be curious to see once I do the pricing calculator with these an updated price, just to make sure I'm making enough for my time and covering my material costs, plus making profit in my business, plus being able to still give a good price to my customers. I love my customers. I don't want to rip anybody off, but at the same time, I think most people understand that things are getting quite pricey, and that, you know, that means that yarn is getting pricey, which means my products might raise a teeny tiny bit in price. I'm still gonna try to keep them as affordable as possible for my customers, but that's kind of a little update there. I believe this is the medium size, but doesn't look quite like a pumpkin yet, but these are so cute. They're so fun to make and they whip up pretty quick. I'm gonna be so curious to see how fast I can make a small one because those are super quick. Like episode of Gilmore Girls, you could probably make a couple. I've also been getting this question a lot, and that is how early should you put out your fall inventory? I keep joking that it's already fall, but it is beginning of August. Like, do we put our stuff out yet? When is the right time to put out fall stuff? When's the right time to put out Christmas stuff? I would say that you can totally start putting out your fall stuff now. I think once August hits, you can start putting out fall stuff. I think for Christmas stuff, I would wait until November, but you could probably even even sell some stuff a little earlier than that. And if that feels too early for you, I totally get it. But just know that people like buying decor before the season as well because they want to be able to put it out and have it out during the season. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're putting out your inventory and thinking of what will sell, what time of year. And let's be real, Joann's and Hobby Lobby and Michael's all have their seasonal decor stuff out already. Like, I think it was out in the middle of July. I was thinking that was a little too early, but at the same time, people are buying it because we're prepping for the next season. So just something to keep in mind when you're putting out inventory for your shows. I would say it's never really too early to put out stuff. I have literally put out pumpkins during a June show and they did sell, like not near as much as they sell in October or September, but they did still sell. And I was so surprised, but people they want that stuff whenever, you know, because they're gonna get it before the season starts and then they get to have it out all season. So I definitely don't prep that stuff for summer shows, but if I have it and I have room to put it out, sometimes I will put it out because sometimes it does still sell. So there's my little tip for you for putting out seasonal decor. I think August is the perfect time to start putting out things like pumpkins and maybe even the little ghosts and stuff too and see how they do. Okay, I'm gonna put on my book. I've been obsessed with Libby. It is a free app you can get if you have a library card and listen to audiobooks for free. I talked about it in a couple videos ago. I'm like obsessed with this, but I'm listening to the 4-Hour Work Week. It's a business book. I love business books and I've heard a lot about this one and I'm interested and it's been pretty good so far. I'm an hour and 40 minutes in, but I listen at 1.25 speed, sometimes 1.5 depending on the book and depending on the information. So I'm going to keep continuing filling some of these pumpkins and then I'm also going to time myself making the small bobble pumpkin as well. It's actually a popcorn stitch. So the chunky pumpkins like this, the small version, I'm going to make one, time myself doing that so that when we go to price it, we know exactly how long it took because that's gonna be important to making sure I make enough for my time. So let's do it. So I'm gonna hit play on my audiobook for a little bit, crush through some of this stuff. Let's do it. Officially put in all of my information into my pricing calculator. I have it pulled up here on the screen and I also have it pulled up on my phone. It's so nice you can access all this on your phone too. I do it all the time and play around with numbers. It's so fun. Honestly, this calculator makes pricing fun. If you don't have the pricing calculator yet already, it's a product that I created to price my products efficiently, making sure I'm making enough for my time, covering all of my material costs, other hidden costs in my business, as well as making sure I have a fair price for my customers as well. Like I said, I am not looking to rip anybody off, but I do want to make money doing this because it is a business, and so this calculator just helps with all pricing struggles. So I just wanted to mention that this is for sale on my website. I use it for everything. I use it for pricing all of my products, and I'm so glad I went back through and updated the price on this. I believe I was charging $12 for it, which if I was selling it for $12, I would still be making $20 an hour for making this, but I do like to do an additional markup on my products as well. And so if you see here, there is a section for an additional markup. So a percentage, if you want to mark up your products even more. If I do 30%, I am looking about $15, which I think I could totally sell these for $15. But if I change that, which I'm going to change it right now, so easy to just plug in random numbers. It's so fun. I just love this thing so much. Okay, 20%, then we're looking at $14 is what it's telling me to charge. Also, it's really nice because it's going to break down all of those costs for you. I already did plug in all of that information for my card fees and booth fees, so that is also being considered in this price. So if I am charging $14 and I am making these in about 23 minutes, and by the way, this includes all of my materials. The the pumpkin sticks, the polyfill, the little tie that goes on them, and the yarn. Oh, by the way, I weighed this yarn because I'm usually using the Wool Ease Thick and Quick, and that one is a little bit pricier than using the Bernat blanket. So I weighed it with this yarn. So actually when I do it with this yarn, I am making a little bit more as well. So just something to keep in mind, but I just wanted to make sure I'm covering my material costs for the Wool Ease because that can be a bit of a pricey yarn. You really don't need a ton of it though, especially for this small size. It was 54 grams needed out of 170 that comes in a skein, so it wasn't too bad. But anyways, that was $2.86 was for the yarn. That was the yarn material cost. The whole material cost was $3.38, and then with all the other fees and everything, we're looking at total profit being $9.29. So every time I sell one of these, I myself am making $9.29 when I charge it for $14. Just because we charge something for $14 doesn't mean we make all of that money, right? Because there's materials and there's other costs to doing business, and so I like to make sure I'm covering all of those using the calculator. By the way, if you want to snag the calculator, it is for sale on my website, and I highly suggest using this. It makes pricing so much more fun. It's actually so fun to plug in all the numbers and see the little pie chart move around and stuff as you're doing it. And if you sell online as well, there is a separate section right below it for selling online, and it even has a separate chart and breakdown, just because selling online you may have different costs like shipping and other costs, you know, shipping if you want to put in some candy with your orders, whatever you do. I don't know, I don't do Etsy anymore, I only do markets, but there are separate costs to doing markets and Etsy. And Etsy, their fees are so high, so definitely put in those Etsy fees here to make sure you're still making enough money selling online as well. But I just wanted to give you that look at how I came up with my pricing. I think I'm gonna go for $14 for these. I feel like that's fair. I'm gonna give them a go. And if I can raise them to $15, I think that would be even better, again, because I'd be making $20 an hour plus another 30% to cover additional costs in my business, and just more profit in my business is always good as well. But anyways, I hope that was helpful. Feel free to use that price as inspiration for your pumpkins, or go snag the calculator and put in all of your material costs, because I'm not sure where you're sourcing your materials. It could be different than what I'm doing. Also, how long it takes you and how much you're wanting to make an hour. Your prices could come out differently than mine. Also, just depending on where you're living and what you think they will sell for. So just to share what I'm selling them for, I'm gonna go for $14 for these. And in future vlogs, I think I'm going to price out the other sizes as well. So be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on those future vlogs. I'm getting so excited that it's almost fall now and we're moving into cozy crochet season and also market season. So I will be actually doing a lot of market vlogs this year as well. So be sure to subscribe. I don't want to miss out on any of those. And thank you so much for watching. I hope today's video was fun. I had a lot of fun with you hanging out, and also informational and helpful for you. I would love to keep hanging out with you here on YouTube. I will see you, my friend, in this video right here. Bye!